Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Green Dragons Gaming Report. Without us, they wouldn't feel like winners. Without them, we couldn't look so good. So I know it's been a while. Let's see. I had a computer die, and then just just lack of time. Real life. So I do apologize that both Pretty Boy and I haven't been able to get something out there for quite a while. And here we are again. So this is going to be a Ninth Age Battle Report, and I just flew out to Milwaukee, and I got to say that Hogsfest 2019, put on by Jeff, that was an awesome, awesome event. I won't lie, the time for each game was a little short. He ran it at 2.5 hours, and sometimes we had to look up rules, which we didn't have time to do. And I think this game would be a great point, but overall, I mean, the food he put on, it was all at the hotel out in at a Hilton, and I can't say enough. I mean, we didn't have to go anywhere. We ate, we drank. There was a casino there. It was awesome. So Jeff, if you do watch this, great job. Truly enjoyed it. Sorry I couldn't get your little Porky Pig style thing on here. It just wouldn't let me copy it. So Hogsfest Game 1. I'm playing my KoE. You'll probably start seeing. I'm going to start painting up some Dread Elves, so hopefully you'll start seeing some Dread Elves on here. But till then, I'll keep playing my KoE as well. And I'm playing Mike, who's got his Demon Legions. This is his list right there. He's got the Scourge that is an apprentice with Evoke. He's got Hard Target. He's got I know a 4-up in close combat, 4-up ward. He's got 5-up armor, and I forget what else he had. I know it's got rage and stuff like that. Basically, it's mean, it's nasty. He's got 2 harbingers, Father Chaos, that have 4-up ward saves, which is a bear. One gives hatred to the unit. The other one gives flaming attacks to the unit. And he's got 25 Myrmidons that have +1 strength, +1. I know it's +1 strength, +1 AP. He's got 2 units of lemurs, which are resilience 5, that have poison. He's got the little shooting Eladons with the champion that will act as a mage. And he's got 2 little Mage Blight Gremlins, which I misunderstood their rules, and you'll see that during the game. He's got 5 Hellhounds. Couldn't even tell you what they do, other than if you're in combat with them, you have to take a leadership test, and if you fail, they get to reroll their wounds. I believe they have lethal strike and stuff. 5 Sirens and Bloodflies, and that's it. This is my list. I've been running my Duke this way for quite some time. He's got the Supernatural Dexterity, Fortress of Faith, You Kill Him, He Comes Back, MR2. He's 5-up ward, and he's got Virtue of Might. So with the nerf that KoE has, so you can't take the I'll call it the Duke Nukem Duke with Virtue of Might, which is something I never ran. I won't lie, I really like this build. I don't think it's OP because, again, it's not doing the D3 +1 wounds and then generating more and not +1 to hit because you cause fear and all this other stuff. But don't get me wrong, it is a nasty, nasty character. Let's see. My Paladin has Virtue of Piety, so 5-up to his entire unit, and he's got the Wormwood Core. I really like that unit, and an Aether Icon. I've got a Damsel that's an adept out of Shamanism, and another Damsel that's a Master Druid with a Binding Scroll on a Unicorn. I think the Unicorn is top notch. I can understand not taking it if you need the points, but if you can spare the points, I love that Unicorn. I've got 10 Knights of Realm full command, nothing to them. I've got 8 Knight Aspirants with the Banner of the Last Charge. And I know I'll probably get questioned. Why'd you put the Banner of the Last Charge on only 8 Aspirants? They need the extra hits. Because at offensive 3, strength 5, it's just not enough. So they need to flood it with hits. And honestly, the rerolling charge range is huge. 2 units of Yeoman. You can read the rest. Ground Knights, Flaming Banner. I really like giving them the flaming banner because now they're divine and flaming when they need to be. That's a that's pretty stellar right there. I love my crossbows teamed up with the scorpions and the crusaders. This was my first time using them. They served me well this tournament. I'm not sold on them. I'm building another list that doesn't have them in it, but they served me well for this tournament. So this is so unfortunately, as I said, we only had 2.5 hours. So you're going to see basically speed pictures. I do definitely miss some picks because due to time and being cognizant of time constraints. So this is after Vanguard's start of his turn. He's trying to figure out what he's going to be doing, if he's declaring any charges or anything. And he decides not to charge. Behind his right arm, that's his Scourge. And I loved it. Unfortunately, it's on a wooden base, but I absolutely love the way this model's coming along, so I took a close-up pick. And that's the way the board looks after his movement phase. So, as you can see, I've got, and this is actually after my movement phase, I believe, because I took my fast cav and I put them back there, going, okay, mage like gremlins, they turn around, they get something special for when attacking a unit that has a mage in them, and they have ambush, so they're going to pop up on the back. So you can see I am literally geared up for them to pop up my back rank. Lo and behold, silly me, they pop up right there with my ready to go after one of my scorpions. In this picture, you will see that there's a scorpion missing. Nope, it's not missing. There it is, because that little bastard shut it off. Now I'm just going to go back 2 picks. Hindsight is 2020, so here I am putting together this battle report, and I noticed something. The yeoman on the bottom right can charge the mage, the gremlins. Okay, and it looks like from this picture, it looks like it's a front charge. It would have had to be an in-game decision at that point in time to see what happens. But if I could have gotten them into that unit, I think that would have been stellar and boss. It would have saved my Scorpion because he was hiding his Scourge, because that one Scorpion can turn around and put 5 wounds on that Scourge in one hit. So, needless to say, that losing that, hindsight's 2020. Shot the other one off the board. He charges in with the Gremlins. Gremlins only do a couple wounds, and I just failed my Leadership 7 twice. So blows up, goes into my Peasants. Peasants, they're meant to die. As you can see up at the top, I was able to get it. I did charge the Bloatflies, and I'm trying to see during my turn if I can get my unit of Knights of the Realm in with them, because I'm thinking, like, all right, do I turn around, do I go for gold and go after his Myrmidons, or do I go after the Bloatflies? You'll see what happens in just a moment, but I really considered it. You also notice in this picture that there are not as many hounds as there were. There's only 2 hounds left, and that's because my crossbows did their job. And you also notice that his unit champion is missing out of that unit. So the reason why that unit champion is missing is, and this is a rule that we misplayed, and I'll take the reason why we misplayed it. So I just turn around, I'm like, all right, well, it's a 2 wound critter, it's a unit champion, it becomes it is basically a character at this point. And people always say that because if you're fighting it because it has no wound pool, it's separate. A champion is always considered rank and file, and you can never allocate distributed hits against the unit champion. As I said, it is always rank and file. So I've got another question to the rules team. If that's the case, then can people actually block characters from hitting the unit if it's considered rank and file and you're just hitting rank and file? That's a good question. So I'm going to wait to see what the rules team says in regards to that. But I've seen that played by Warriors of the Dark God players and other things that have 2 wounds to them. The reason I'm looking at the Myrmidons at this point is my Duke can go into them, my Peasant Crusaders can go into them, and my unit of Knights of the Realm can go into them. So I'm really sitting there, I'm really debating as to what to do at this point in time. And that's it. So the my aspirants are holding their own. I think I ended up rolling 4 6s for my ward saves at one point with that unit, and I decided to go for gold because I'm looking at it, I'm like, you know what? If I turn around, I can hopefully blow that unit up because that's enough of my army right there. To simply go ahead and blow that up, overrun with the Crusaders, and possibly get the Duke or the realm into his Scourge. So close combat comes to an end. Lo and behold, I still have my aspirants. They did not charge this turn, so they're only strength 3. They're holding their own. And I killed the Meridons to a man, but he has 2 or 3. I think he's got like a couple of wounds left on each of those 2 models. He has 2 characters in that unit. Now, the question came up. Again, this is another rules question. We didn't have time to look this up. So the first rule misplay benefited me. The second rule misplay hindered me. And here's why it hindered me. Is what should have happened is you move as rule number 1, keep as many models engaged as humanly possible. 2, move as few model units as possible. So with that said, he should have slid his 2 characters down to me to keep my my Duke engaged, and then my Knights of the Realm should have then stayed within that combat as well. It probably would have put his Scourge into the Knights of the Realm. I think I could have done it in such a manner that he could not have gotten it in there, just how it was looking. But again, this was another misplay. So as it is, this is how we played it. Gives him a nice clean charge onto my Duke. I think you see what will probably happen. And that's just another picture of that. So this is going to be the last picture of the game. I'm just going to go back real quick. So at this juncture, after I make all my charges and the overruns, my peasants are actually holding their own against the gremlins. I choose not to go into whatever the heck they are, his fast cav with mine. Although in hindsight, I probably should have either chaffed or done something different there. And I charged the Grails into the lemurs on the right. Can't really see it, but all the way on the left-hand side, he's got a unit of lemurs that took the objective on that side. So going forward, on the right, my Grail Knights popped the lemurs without even thinking twice about it, and then overrun into his deployment zone. And afterwards, he goes, "That was a mistake." He's like, "I could have done it in such a manner that you just ran off the board." But going back to this one picture is I could have gone to his fast cavalry. I could have gone into his other unit there. I had about 3 different options. He could have done it differently and just he does try to chaff me, in which case that's why you see that unit of yeomen into his flank. But that was really it. I ended up having basically all my units, with the exception, he does kill my BSB in close combat because he has strength 6 weapons. I believe he has great weapons. And he does kill my Duke with his Scourge. He ends up getting my Bowman and my 2 units of Scorpions. But meanwhile, I've got he gets half points for Aspirants, and I've got my Knights of the Realm, Mages, and Grails. And believe it or not, my Yeomen. They did not die this game. I was very impressed by that. But all said and done, we tied on the objective. Ends up being a 12-8 to Demon Legions. This was an extremely fun game versus Mike, and I look forward to next time. If you have any questions or concerns, definitely feel free to reach out to me. There are, let's see, Pacific Rim is coming up soon, and if I think Kenyon, who's in charge of that, might be looking for some players. So if or there might be room. So if you're interested, definitely reach out to him and see if there's something available. The other thing you may want to also look at is Masters is coming up in January, and that will be the second weekend of, I'm sorry, not second weekend. That'll be Pro Bowl weekend out in, I believe, Columbus, Ohio, or Cleveland, Ohio. It's one of those two. It's a C word. Then you've got Grail Quest before that. Now, this year's Grail Quest, and it makes perfect sense why they do it this way. Because Grail Quest is in December of 2019, that'll be for Masters for 2021. Because the Masters Committee, they need time to turn around, get everything together, get the invites out, and they already have the one person. So basically, the cutoff for any tournament um, for 20 Masters 2020 or Masters 2021 is always going to be moving forward. I want to say November 30th. If your tournament is not done by November 30th, then it's going to be moved, and the winner and scores will go right into the following year. And that's it. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me. And until next time, happy gaming.